What's up, YouTube? It's Joe Catchpalia sitting on the couch making some money investing in fractional real estate online as usual. I'm actually a little bit late. It's Saturday, but I'm doing this week's installment of the 52-week challenge. This is where I tell you what I bought this week as far as fractional real estate goes. And I welcome you to do the same. You can jump into the Discord or just make some comments to these videos, or just DM me. It seems to be the most popular option. Let me know what you're buying, why, what your favorite platforms are. We're just trying to motivate each other so we're not getting stuck in that analysis paralysis. If you want a more detailed explanation of why we're doing this, just look at the playlist labeled 52-week challenge in my channel, and if you look at the first video, it'll explain a little bit more detail. Anyway, I didn't have a very active week this week. I bought three or four things. So let's see. The first one, I bought some tokens in this duplex in Chicago. This is Sangamon. I've bought and sold these quite a bit. Right now, I've bought them at, anytime it's been below 22, I've bought. I've sold whenever it's past $30. It has, seesawed up and down, or, past those numbers quite a few times now. So this is one that I've been in and out of quite a bit, but the price is down below 22 again, so I'm buying again. There were some expenses here, but the underlying, value of the asset does not move that much. Just the token price does. Anytime the yield gets shut off, this is a property on Lofty. If you haven't watched any of the videos on Lofty, you might not understand why the price can vary so widely. But right now it's really just a thin market, right? There's not a lot of money on there. A lot of the bigger wallets that were investing on there have disappeared. With good reason. There's a lot of risk in the platform. But deals like this, it's hard for me to pass up. It's managed by somebody who I trust. This is managed by Earl. I think he's, does a decent job with transparency. He is, he's got a ton of these properties now that he's on top of, but getting through them. And I think at this price point makes a lot of sense for me. Before I forget, please like and subscribe. In the description of this video, I have links to all the places where I'm currently investing in fractional real estate online. Please do your own due diligence on all those platforms and on any properties that I mentioned. Just because I think it's a good deal for me doesn't mean that you should invest in it. You want to understand what you're buying, what the risks are, and all that before you jump into any of these, especially on Lofty, but in all of these platforms. There's a lot of hidden risks. It's not just it's not always just what you see is what you get. So you want to be careful. You want to do your due diligence and make sure you understand what you're buying. But yep. So this is the first one. That's the only thing I bought on Lofty this week. It's been a pretty slow week. I was sick. On ground floor, I bought a couple of LROs. I bought two. Just using the auto investor. I'm just reinvesting. Putting $50 in every single LRO that they put out, just trying to get real wide diversification. I've been stuck right around this number. It's gone up and down. Actually, again, had more money pay off than what was reinvested this month. If I can ever get to where I feel like I'm getting this broad diversification over a long period of time where they don't do another artificial sell-off, then I will start investing more on here again. But at the moment, with what I'm trying to do, I'm still never quite fully getting all my cash invested. So, but two of those, if you're in the Discord and you look in the ground floor channel, one of our other members put out a video of him doing some due diligence on some of these properties. I think he's taking the exact opposite approach as me on this. He's being really selective, putting bigger chunks of money into individual ones. And I think it's a very good strategy if you're going to take the time and put bigger chunks in. And so, definitely check that out if you haven't already. But yeah, just two LROs on here. And then what else? I bought one property on ARC7. ARC7 is so quick to log you out. I get these already. I got to jump back in there. Okay, so, and it's been slow to load for me today. I don't really know why. Let's see. I just had a little bit of cash left on here, and had left an order open, and it sold right before the new year. So let's see, what did I buy? It was the Tampa 10. This one, Tampa S10. So I bought this. Oh, and it sold for. I bought this for. No. That's not the one. That is not the one. All right, let me just go to the portfolio. I had it open. By property. Oh, it was, yeah. I bought 5 shares at $15 a share. You can see they're already selling for above that now. Apparently, if you look at, let's see if they're still there. At the end of the year, there was, look at these. These both sold their most recent sales at 50% of the IPO price. Now remember, the IPO price isn't necessarily the net asset value. It's not necessarily the value of what you're buying. But discounts like that, and the one I got was 25% discount when I bought it. Why does it say that's only 15% though? Did I think it, I wonder if the IPO price is not what I thought it was. No, it was $20.78 and I bought it at 15. So that's more than 25% off there. So I don't know why it's showing that. But so we're starting to see some really good discounts. And so as Brosipius mentioned in the Discord today, at the end of the year, those sales probably had to do with like tax loss harvesting. I don't know why you sell at the very end of the year, you choose to sell 2 things at 50%, but it's a good reminder that at certain points in time, people are willing to sell at a loss. And next year, around the end of the year, I'll definitely have more cash sitting here with open orders, and just be willing to be the liquidity for these people trying to sell out at, and again, you have to do your due diligence on these properties and see, okay, is 50% less than the IPO? Is that actually a deal on the real estate? Because for some of them, I think, like even like this 30%, I think I looked at this one and I still wasn't convinced that this was a deal. And so you want to, just like we always do, dig into them, look at the property, figure out what it's worth to you. But yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. I mentioned it in my video at the end of last year that I think ARC 7, we're starting to see more and more discounts. Really seems to be the case. I don't know why that is. If there's just people that have had their money locked up, for a certain length of time that they just say, okay, I really just got to get it out. I'm not sure. It could be anything, but it's why I think there's opportunities here where I haven't been interested in any of the ones that they bring to the market in their IPOs. I think their stated returns are just lower than what I'm interested in, but I don't know why their home screen keeps not loading for me. But when you get some of those returns, some of their stated returns, their dividends, plus a discount, all of a sudden some of this stuff starts to look really interesting to me. That's why, and I didn't buy anything on Mogul this week. I think the one I bought last week that I mentioned, I think it actually settled this week, but I put it in last week's video, so I didn't do it again. That's why I'm really interested to see what their secondary market ends up looking like, right? Is if they're able to, because ARC 7's, it actually took, I've been watching this for about a year before I started to see levels of discounts that I really wanted to get into. Now, I wasn't checking it every single day, and so I think I missed some earlier in the year. But now it's pretty regularly that you're starting to see some of those, and so I'm going to be checking all the time. Anyway, those are the 4 things that I bought this week as far as fractional real estate goes. Let me know what you bought this week. Jump in the comments. Feel free to enter the Discord and talk about that. Oh, by the way, I don't think I've mentioned it. In the description to this video, I've got a link to the Discord I have set up. There are over 200 of us now, fractional real estate investors, talking about all different platforms. Feel free to jump in there, share what you're buying, share what your strategies are. I think the more that we can work together, share tips on how we do due diligence and all that sort of thing, it's only going to be better for the for the industry as a whole. So anyway, that's it. Until next time, I'm going to keep making mistakes so that you don't have to.